Hey, this is D. Orlando Ledbetter and Sideline Mike with the ninth episode of the Bowtie Sports Podcast. Today we're going to talk about Kyle Pitts, who just got paid today, and wrap up the Falcons minicamp as we're heading into the break here for the offseason. You'll get back late in camp. We know when the rookies report on the 24th and the veterans on the 28th. Hey, let's get right to it, Sideline Mike. What about Kyle Pitts and his big fat check?
Well, when I think about Kyle Pitts and that big fat check, I think about when we were playing the Washington Redskins, brother, and Kyle Pitts and Michael Penix hooked up to march down the field. Even though we lost that game in overtime, on that 4th and 10, I said, if these guys can compete like this, develop a relationship in the offseason, and Kyle Pitts finally gets healthy, we might have something.
Yeah, no doubt, and I appreciate his agent, David Mulligetta, getting back to BowtieSports.com. Met him back when he was first getting in the game up at Clemson's Pro Day, and he had a quarterback by the name of Deshaun Watson. So he's going on representing a lot of the big players in the league, and appreciate him getting back to us here today. 3-year, $54 million deal. $36 million guaranteed. And do you think they, because they franchise tagged him, they didn't do this right away. What did they see between now and the franchise tag to go with Pitts on the long term? Or was it just, hey, we got business we got to take care of first, but, hold tight type of deal?
Well, when you look at Kevin Stefanski and his philosophy of using that tight end heavily in the offense that he's going to bring to Atlanta, and based on the fact that I know they have probably sat down and had individual player meetings with each player, they've sat down with him almost like a recruiting visit. Like when the University of Georgia brings all these fabulous tight ends that we got in the tight end room and show him how he can be used in this offense when healthy. So when I think about what Stefanski does with his offense, what he does with the tight end, and what they could see in the vision that they have for Kyle Pitts, mind you, a healthy Kyle Pitts, I think this was what was behind getting this deal done.
And yeah, before we even get to the minicamp, we still had some more big news today. The NFL said no to Brandon Sorsby and the supplemental draft. His attorney, Jeffrey Klessler, has a letter out there. He's going to try to enlisted the NFLPA to help him fight this. But what was your take on the Brandon Sorsby and the NFL saying, no, we don't have time to investigate all your stuff you've been up to?
I looked at that as just like they said, what they were trying to avoid with them just giving out the dates for minicamp yesterday for all 32 teams. They did not want him to be a distraction, bottom line. When you look at the egregious acts, all the details of all of the betting, and even they were saying University of Cincinnati might have even known about what was going on. This was a headache I don't think the NFL was ready to deal with at this particular time. So they're sending a message to him, son, you violated one of the primary tenets of what guards the integrity of this game, and you will not be allowed, regardless of your talent, to bring your wares to the NFL.
Yep, no doubt. My UC Bearcats, I got some labels from them. I must have sent them some money along the way. But yeah, we're going to stay on top of that over the offseason. Usually the NFL is accommodating, but in this instance, not so accommodating in Sorsby's position, because when you dig into it, you start seeing $90,000, it's the NIL era. You got people betting in this, it's sorted. And I know that gambling is a bad thing. You just don't all of a sudden get cured from it from 35 days at the facility. So
right,
maybe the kid gets a year together to figure it out, or maybe goes to Canada and plays up there. Or we're just gonna have to follow this situation with the NFL and Brandon Sorsby.
Yeah, like I said, Coach Todd Monken, head coach of the Cleveland Browns, said he used the term slippery slope when it came to Brandon Sorsby and what team would basically take a chance on him. And, there was a lot of banner out there about a lot of teams who may not have done what they needed to do as far as their quarterback room and how, with his 6'5", so much of a good arm, even though you said he wasn't the second coming. I mean, he's better than a lot of guys that's in camp right now.
No
So
doubt.
I'm just glad the NFL kind of took a stance, just like the collegiate ranks took a stance. And a lot of athletic directors said we're not playing Texas Tech under any circumstance. And I thought it was ironic that this particular case is what unified college football, at least on one point.
Right, and they got the 5-year thing coming up. That sounds like that's going to keep people from stacking them old man teams, but we'll deal with that later. The minicamp, just wrapping up. The quarterback competition is not a competition because one player's not hurt. Tua ran the 2 practices, and arguably what the ones that the media got to see was okay. And so and then the James Pierce thing is the cloud hanging over the team over the offseason. So you go in with Penix. I mean, you go in with Tua as it stands till he can't even play 11 on 11 yet. The James Pierce situation. So no new news there. Any thoughts on, getting ready with Tua? And, we'll see how the James Pierce situation unfolds.
Well, everything starts up front, whether it's Pee Wee football or whether it's the NFL. Like I said, we have some opportunities on the offensive line to be able to protect Tua, because I'm looking at Tua basically being the starter for at least the first quarter of the season. When we look at with Penix's injury history, when we look at how the team has said they're not going to rush him back, when we look at what the team says there's no quarterback competition because we have a healthy quarterback, that if we had to play a game today, Tua Tagovailoa would be the starting quarterback of the Atlanta Falcons.
Yep, no doubt about it. And the Pierce situation will break up. We'll go right into our second item before we take a break here. Also, we discovered or learned during the minicamp that Devon Diablo would be taking over the green dot for Caden Ellis. He's going to be the signal caller. And he admittedly says he's not the most vocal guy, but he's been trying to go around and talk to each guy, of the guys, or most of the guys. So, he can get comfortable talking to them, and they can get comfortable talking to him, because sometimes that gets heated in the game of the battle, and you got to understand that, hey, we're just trying to communicate out here and get on the same page. Any thoughts on him being, having that burden of being the signal caller too?
Well, when you look at the green dot, that means that you are the signal caller. You are the first line of communication. You got to get everybody lined up in the front 7. The safety back has to get everybody lined up in the back 4. And this is an opportunity for him to expand his leadership role with the team, I think. I mean, he's a born playmaker. When he was out, when he broke his forearm last year, you saw a distinct difference and a dip in our ability to be able to execute the defense that we were calling last year. But upon his return, even though with a club on his hand, he's a born playmaker, and the coaches have confidence in him, and they're not forcing him. But this is the next step in him developing as a leader, because when it's 3rd and 9, you got to be able to look your guys in the eye, spit the play out with confidence, and go out and execute. And it's time for him to take that next step.
All right, no doubt. We're going to hear from the Fears group. We're going to lunch with Miss Sonya Fears on Thursday to give her an update and get caught up on some of the things. Speaking with her today about Cam Newton had a deal out there on these guys, late round picks rolling, spending all their money and not, investing and so forth, or trying to keep up with the Joneses, he called it. And I said it to her, and she agreed. She said, especially these kids now with the NIL money need to be financially literate.
The Bowtie Files is proudly presented by the Fears Group at Morgan Stanley in Atlanta. Led by Sonia Balfour Fears, certified financial planner, the Fears Group helps athletes, entertainers, and families build wealth that lasts beyond the headlines. With retirement planning, philanthropy, and global sports and entertainment expertise tailored to your stage of life. Map your future with a team that takes the long view. Call 470-449-0812 or visit advisor.morganstanley.com/thefearsgroup. The Fears Group at Morgan Stanley, supporting your goals every step of the way.
Right, no doubt about it. We're going to slide into the training camp report dates. I already leaked those. Rookies come on the 24th, Friday. That's messed up for them because that's they lose a weekend. The vets don't come in until the 28th. And so that's they get a little time there. Kyle Pitts' golf tournament's on the 21st out in Brazelton. But let's hear from a couple players here. Shawn Hand spoke. And we got a video courtesy of our friends over at a 3-point conversion.
Marcus, you can come over. Sorry. I can say as far as like fire away with questions, y'all. How's the transition been?
It's been amazing. I'm from the East Coast, so being back out east is cool. Not used to the bugs being outside as much, but it's dope. And the food out here is amazing. So, yeah.
What have you been sampling so far as the food?
Okay, Mediterranean in Atlanta, I didn't know. It's a hidden gem.
Okay.
I love it. Shout out to Devon's. It's an amazing place. If you haven't been, go there.
Is that in the city or is that up here?
It's in the city.
Okay.
Yeah, great food, though.
Yeah. Good record.
Absolutely.
What's that kind of been like?
Football-wise, man, honestly, it's just the energy here is amazing. Definitely, you got to use your athleticism. So it's just been a blessing just to do that. Different playing style. I'm used to playing in like react attack, kind of playing blocks. But here, we get off and you blow the play up, and I'm really liking that. Being just wrecking shop and being a wrecking ball out there.
Is it different in terms of the techniques and stuff that he's teaching you guys? Fulbrick's got to mention some things.
Yeah, absolutely. It's honestly, it's just less thinking. And like I said, it's just a mentality. As a D lineman, you already got a dog mentality, but here you get to really exemplify that.
On the locker room.
Oh, the locker room, that's the easiest part. Everybody's alpha male, so, whenever the energy in there is just everybody wants to win. So I like that, and sorry about that. Everybody wants to win. Everybody's like-minded, and everybody just wants to get better. It's a young team. Everybody's hungry, so I'm excited.
What kind of role have they talked to you about having here in this defense?
Hey, listen, man. I'm just here to be a blessing and make things better than they were before.
What's your biggest strength? What would you say?
My strength. Yeah, I would say I'm very strong. Very explosive, and then just being a 9-year guy, being a vet, just giving advice to the young kids. I say young kids, the young men here, you know what I'm saying, and just guiding everybody the right way, how to be a pro.
You the strongest in the room?
Hey, man, listen, I think so. I believe so, so you got to check the facts. Hey, there's some strong guys in here, but I'll take that crown. I ain't gonna lie. I'll take the crown. Absolutely.
Heard you might have gotten a nickname already here.
I heard that too. And I'm wearing it. I like that. You know what I'm saying?
What do you like about it?
Come on now. You go ahead. What's the name?
Kingpin.
Exactly. Come on. It just sounds like you the boss. You know what I'm saying? And then things got to go through you. So all them run plays, even them pass plays, they got to go through me first. I'm the first line of defense, and then my guys too. So I'm excited for that.
Is that a Nate Ollie nickname?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely.
What's it like playing next to a guy like Brandon?
Man, he's very versatile. Very athletic, twitchy, got great bend. He can play all over the line, so it's smooth.
So a teammate that's not necessarily in your room, but Divine's going to be wearing the green dot for this team. Just kind of what have you seen from him so far as a leader?
Very intelligent guy, can cover and can tackle in space, so I'm excited about that as well.
All right, Shawn Hand. He likes the food. He likes Mediterranean food here in Atlanta. Locker room's cool. Easy to get with. He likes his nickname, Kingpin. And he thinks Devon's going to be fine with the green dot. I looked him up. He's an intriguing guy, Mike, because we follow him in Alabama. But he wasn't a starter until last year. He played it. So he could be a late gasser, late bloomer. But he's a big dude. What are you expecting from Shawn?
Well, what I'm expecting from him is the same violence he exemplified when he played at Georgia for 3 years. Because
Alabama.
When he played at Alabama against Georgia, he was a problem for us. All right. Everybody knows about our 2-8 record against Alabama, and he's one of the reasons why we were 2-8. Okay, he's a disruptor. He, as Coach Kirby Smart said, he is a game wrecker. Okay, and he can dominate. He plays with heavy hands. He's got bend. He's got twitch. But what I liked about what he said in that statement is being a 9-year vet and teaching the young guys how to be pros, teaching them how to practice, teaching them how to approach the game, and teaching them how to go out there and play winning football with a young team like he's on right now.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Good. We'll see how it works out. He's basically the David Oyamata replacement for the Falcons up front. We'll see how that goes. Brandon Dorlus had 8.5 sacks last year. Let's hear from him again, courtesy of our pals at the 3-point conversion.
Just doing that.
From a confidence level, how much did last year help you, and where do you feel like you're at right now?
I knew going to the season I was going to be in a great spot. Confidence was really high during the preseason. I saw the defense work from firsthand, against the Titans and the Lions. So kind of really enjoyed that. So I'm like, guys, it's going to be a fun year.
Okay.
Yeah.
The staff here always says just how energized you are, how much joy you have. Where does that come from?
I just love this game, bro. I love this game. I love what I do. I like being around my teammates, my brothers. I like, just the camaraderie of us trying to win games, get better. Every day it's always new. It's always something different.
When you look at just trying to improve on kind of where you were at last year, where's that next step in your opinion for your game?
To be honest, I just want to have a complete season. I want to have a full season, make it to the last game. Getting hurt in the LA game kind of hurt me a little bit. I was very sad about that, but I think for me, just nutrition-wise, to stay healthy for the season, and try to play 17, 18, how many we got to play.
When was the last time you talked to Root?
Last time I talked to Root? Oh, he came with a spicy one. I talked to him like last week. We talk every day. We still friends.
You talk every day?
Yeah. Yeah, he was here a couple times, coming back, moving back and forth to Jacksonville. So I was here with him at the house and just talking to him. We still guys.
Clearly, you guys knew it was a business, but that's a situation like that's got to be a little bit of an eye-opener for you.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I think when that happened, I was in the car, and my brother, I didn't see my brother called me. He got the ESPN notification. He's like, "Is this for real?" Yeah. I'm like, "What you mean?" He said, "Look at your phone." I looked at my phone, and I saw it. I'm like, Root called me. I talked to him on the phone for 30 minutes and had a heart-to-heart.
Was he doing okay? Is he settled in Jacksonville?
Yeah, he settled in Jacksonville. He's doing very good. Yes, sir.
What's next for you after you have such a big year last year? How do you kind of reset and kind of get your mind right, your body right?
All right, Brandon Dorlus there after the big year. Not a lot there. Confidence is coming after the breakthrough season. He talked with Rukaroru and, wants to compete and everything. He did a good job last year. Anything on his statements there, Mike?
Oh, yeah. Like I said, when you got 8.5 sacks from a down lineman position, he's a very disruptive player. I believe he got injured at the end of the year with a hamstring. Yeah, with a hamstring. And like he was saying in his comments, what he wants to do is, he improved his nutrition. He wants to stay healthy and definitely wants to finish the season. But he was a great addition, a young player, disruptive game wrecker, and we need as many of those types of guys as we can find.
Well, hey, Sideline Mike, I can let you bounce here. I can handle all the minutia. I got left just the depth chart, the UFL signings, and then I'm going to go through the injury report here and play some commercials. So I really appreciate you stopping by this week to help us out here on the Bowtie Podcast.
I look forward to us, continuing to develop and grow and provide information for our fan base to let them know this is the place to come for all the information you need to know about the NFL and the Atlanta Falcons.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your evening.
Thank you, sir.
All right. That's our guy, Sideline Mike. Now, we are a subscription site. We do have membership fees, and we'd like for you all to join up. But we do have sponsors, and we like for you to support them. We have some good sponsors. We've already heard from the Fears Group, the Marietta Property Management Group, which is our IT group, and we did have situation last week where we, sent out the newsletter for the first time, and some people got it multiple times. And so we're working on that. And but you want to get that free newsletter every Thursday at 10 a.m. So we'll get that. We're gonna have that done for this week. We're not gonna send 8 of them to your mailbox, and we got that problem worked out. Sometimes you're starting up stuff, you got to deal with some issues. And the patio, our friends down there, we'll hear from them, and our niche recruiting friends, we'll hear from them. We'll go right to Marietta property and then the patio.
When the stakes are high and the deadline is real, you need a partner who can move the work forward. That's Marietta Project Management, LLC. Specializing in expert corp-to-corp project management, MPM helps companies deploy solutions, manage change, and deliver results without the chaos. From scoping to handoff, they own the outcome. Visit mariettapm.com to start the conversation. Marietta Project Management. From plan to delivery, done right.
All right, our friends from the...
Looking for a night that actually feels like one? Step into the Patio Social Club. Atlanta's destination for sultry music, stirring conversation, and a one-of-a-kind open-air cigar lounge where time slows down and every conversation lands a little deeper. Inclusive excellence is in everything they do. Reserve your spot tonight. Call 470-815-1860 or find them online. The Patio Social Club. Escape, unwind, and take the night somewhere different.
All right, we're back here at the Bowtie Sports Podcast, and just got to wrap up some minor signings here at the end of minicamp. Now the Falcons scouted the UFL and signed 3 players from there, and then they signed an international punter. Their international punter was with the Saints for a little bit. Matthew Haybill went to Vanderbilt. The UFL signees include defensive end Shawn Banks, defensive tackle Devontae Maxwell, and wide receiver Antoine Wells Jr. And so to make room for those guys, they cut defensive tackle Elijah Garcia, defensive end C.J. Nunley IV, and then wide receiver Casey Washington. He was a big one in this group, former 6th-round pick. Almost had the starting job last year when Darnell Mooney went down, but he got hurt. Was looking really good on special teams and so forth last year, but could never get the production once he got on the field. So draft pick released in this round by the Falcons, Casey Washington. He was one of the good guys interview-wise, so we'll wish him well as we move on. As he moves on and tries to establish his career in the NFL. And then we're going to come back here, one more ad, and then we'll come back and go over the injury report, and that'll be it for us for this episode 9 of the Bowtie Sports Podcast.
The Bowtie Files is proudly presented by the Fears Group at Morgan Stanley in Atlanta. Led by Sonia Balfour Fears, certified financial planner, the Fears Group helps athletes, entertainers, and families build wealth that lasts beyond the headlines. With retirement planning, philanthropy, and global sports and entertainment expertise tailored to your stage of life. Map your future with a team that takes the long view. Call 470-449-0812 or visit advisor.morganstanley.com/The Fears Group. The Fears Group at Morgan Stanley, supporting your goals every step of the way. This episode is brought to you by NicheVet Reverse Recruiting, built by a 30-year technical recruiting veteran and physical AI insider. Stop sending applications into the void. NicheVet flips the model. Qualified physical AI employers come to you. If you're ready to stop applying and start getting hired, visit physicalipros.com/reverse recruiting.
All right, just before we get out of here, I'm just gonna look at the injuries situation. Troy Anderson was not seen during any of the operations out there, so some have missed part of all of the on-field practices over the last month. And here's a quick look at all those: Troy Anderson, J.D. Bertrand, undisclosed, Billy Bauman, Achilles, off to the side with the trainers. Draft pick Kendall Daniels they saw him in a boot in the foot. Drake London had a minor injury. Coach Stefanski said he could have practiced, but they held him out. D'Angelo Malone, he broke the ankle over in Berlin last year, and he was out. They said he could practice, but was being held out. Oh, no, that was London. Broken ankle for Malone. Excuse me. And the big one was, of course, Storm Norton going on the reserve, physically unable to perform list. We got the water here just for this. All right, let's finish up. Trevor Simeon held out. Jawan Taylor, undisclosed. Anterior Thompson, undisclosed. Braylon Trice, ACL. He's back on the field. And, finally getting a shot, after being drafted 2 years ago. And then Xavier Watts was compared to London. Could have gone out there, but it's being held out. Okay, so that wraps up our 9th episode of the Bowtie Sports Podcast. And it's the break time now. We're going to take a break. We're going to go to a podcast summit, try to get better at this, and then start getting ready for training camp. So with that, we're going to ask you to take care and have a great rest of your week.